Welcome back, guys, to the grand finals of Pinnacle 3. Oh man, we are excited. The finalists are Dog from Complexity and Massan from TSM, and it's going to be a best of 7. So a little bit of a longer game right now. Dog, of course, coming from the winner's bracket, will receive a 1-game advantage in that he can revive one of his decks that has been previously eliminated. However, he can't use the Cood one. The Cood one is effectively banned out and can never be used. So Massan will have to have a little bit more strategy behind which deck he needs to Cood. And of course, we also have a winner for the previous giveaway. The Lotheb was the correct answer, and the winner is at Kalistar. Kalisdar. Congratulations. Make sure to check your inbox after all the games have been played. But yeah, for this match, Monk, did we expect this? Did we expect Dog and Massan to be in the finals?
Yeah, I think Dog is in recent tournaments. He's been a bit more successful, so I think he is not too surprising a player to be in the finals. But Massan, a lot of people have known him mostly as an arena player, and he hasn't been in the scene that much in the past few months. So maybe he was a bit more surprising of a pick, but he's definitely showing that he is one of the stronger players, or at least today, he was one of the stronger players in the tournament.
That's true. I think overall, if we look back at the games, all the players have been playing pretty well. So pretty pleased with the quality of games. Of course, sometimes the Druid combos are pretty insane. Sometimes Mech Mages are pretty insane. But hey, you got to bring the right lineup to deal with them. Rogues and Shamans, like some players have been doing, actually been pretty rewarding. So yeah, let's head right into it. Whenever we can load them up to see the matchups. There you go. Massan is running his warrior, of course. Been doing pretty good in some cases, not really performing in some cases, but sometimes you just didn't have to use them at all, like the last series. Dog, on the other hand, of course, he's running the Freeze Mage, which is very atypical to bring, especially in the ban format, because war is such a big counter. But once again, with the Q format, if you do Q against the Freeze Mage against the war, you could ban it out. Or maybe even in some cases, you can kill some of the Freeze Mage, ban out the warrior, and then keep playing the Freeze Mage. And actually kind of trick your way there.
Yeah, the first game has already started, so let's get right into the action. Dog seems to have a really good starting hand with all his card draw and even the Mad Scientist in his opening hand. And I think he even got one of the better matchups that he could have gotten against a Hunter. Freeze Mage typically is one of the decks you'll want to play against more aggressive decks. And I'd say Hunter definitely counts as one of those aggressive decks.
Right, and of course, Massan also has the Lotheb here, so if you use that on a key turn, then might balance the matchup a little bit more. Some people might think that, yeah, Hunters are just really good against Freeze Mages, but we don't really agree. So why is that, Monk?
It's because just Freeze Mages, they have so many ways to deal with the early game aggression that Hunter sometimes brings out. They have the Cone of Colds, Frost Nova, Doomsayer combos. They have also a lot of healing with ice blocks, to quote unquote healing with ice blocks, and also, or ice barriers rather. And they also have ice block to prevent lethals. So just a lot of ways to control the board early on, and a lot of ways to get their health back up.
Yeah, and of course with the nerf of Flare to from 1 mana to 2 mana, that is probably not going to see it play anymore. So yeah, Freeze Mages, in that respect, has got a little bit of a buff, but of course Kazan Mystic is the other scary card that just you just get lethal out of nowhere. You think you're safe, that Kazan Mystic, and I'm just gonna blow you out.
Yeah, not too many Kazan Mystics in this tournament though. I believe we only saw Gara running one. But besides him, I haven't seen too many. This is in comparison to the ESL tournament that happened over the weekend, where there are just so many Kazan Mystics, especially from all the Taiwanese players. They put Kazan Mystics in pretty much all of their decks.
Yeah, every single deck. All right. Well, this Shredder is actually like a pop out and not gonna get free, so hopefully it's a 2 health creature. Oh, it is a 2 health creature, but one of the ones that's most annoying. Oh man.
I guess Dog isn't too sad about that, just because like the Annoyatron is only 1 attack, so it's not really that threatening right now to him.
Sure. Now, if Masashi plays the Lothep here, it's actually gonna do nothing, because Dog is just gonna Acolyte, Pain, and Ping. So not the best use of Lothep in that situation.
Oh.
Oh. Is this some mind games dog is doing? I have Flame Strike in my hand.
Yeah, that's actually that's very good analysis. Like if you kind of hover over your opponent's Loatheb, you're like, oh, I kind of want to ping this to 4 health. I kind of do have Flame Strike in my hand, so you better watch out, better play around that.
Now, my son does not buy it. It doesn't buy the story. Just gonna go for the face. And dog is actually getting kind of low, and of course, Ice Bear only procs off an attack. So yeah, if Massan ever attacks the face, then Ice Bear is not gonna follow. We know that's Ice Block because I mean, heck, both Ice Bears are in the hand of dogs right now, so not looking too good. Gonna try and stall the board and maybe proc the freezing trap that's gonna come up.
I guess now or never, right?
Right, you don't want your Alexstrasza frozen. That's not good.
Okay. Well, the other option was to actually keep the Acolyte on the board and then ping it in future turns and possibly have it tank some Boombot hits. But with that play, yeah, but the problem with that play is you're probably going to use all your mana in the next few turns, and you're not going to be able to ping because this turn you're probably going to Flame Strike just because this board is so threatening. You don't have any other freezes. Oh wow, Ice Barrier is coming down.
Ice Bear actually doesn't. If he Ice Berries, then he has to use the Frostbolt as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's also an option.
This is so bad because if he Flame Strike, the Massan can actually pop the block with the kill command, of course, and the hero power, and then I guess dog just loses because you can't really heal back yourself. Ice Barrier does not trigger off of not non-minion combat, so it's not looking too good.
Yeah, I guess he wants to prevent the most damage possible, so I guess Ice Barrier plus that Frostbolt plus some kind of ping might work.
Ooh,
But the thing is, if you do that, there's gonna be there's gonna be 6 damage left on board. Flame Strike, okay, Flame Strike goes down.
oh man, like dog is even face palming. Like he knows that that's just not the best play he can do.
Ice Block definitely will get popped this turn, but dog couldn't have known that Massan did have a kill command.
Oh jeez, shaking his head. That's not correctly, putting his enemy down to 1 health, and well, don't see how this is gonna work. Anti-Killbot is not in dog's list.
Yeah, not at all.
Well played.
And that's it. That's it.
Well, dog just passes.
Well, just let's Maslan shoot him in the face, and that's it. That's series tied up just like that. It's 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1 indeed.
Now the interesting part of this is that dog can actually revive his freeze mage anytime. Freeze mage, there you go. Freeze mage anytime during the match because it wasn't cooed. So yeah, he can actually. But then the thing is like Massan is running wars. So I'm pretty sure he's just gonna scrap that.
Yeah.
Put it aside.
In the previous match between Dog and Massan, though, Dog just really didn't want Massan to play Warrior at all costs. He didn't coup anything, which essentially meant that he kind of cooed Warrior in the end because Massan was down 0-2, and he was able to actually coup the Druid, but instead he cooed the Warrior. And that's, I feel, because he's running Freeze Mage, which is a deck that's super bad against Warrior. He's running Rogue, which is a deck that most people would say is somewhat bad against Warrior. He's also running Hunter, which is another deck that most people would say is slightly unfavored against Warrior. So maybe his strategy going to this tournament was just definitely coup Warriors at all costs. But now that he gets a revive, he might be able to, say, revive Druid twice. So his strategy might have changed for this particular series, where he might not actually have to coup Warrior after all.
Druid twice. That's pretty sweet. Yep. But of course, Dog is gonna get his Rogue against this Hunter. Pretty good matchup, like we analyzed before. And yeah, hopefully you draw something because Rogue going first. You need more stuff. You don't have a card advantage. Red Spinner gonna come down here. Of course, why not?
Pretty simple.
That gives Dog a play at least.
It's pretty funny that Abusive Sergeant is found in all sorts of Hunter decks these days, even in the mid-range version by Synex. And of course, it's run in the face version. Versions that are run by players like Chalky or Sixo.
That's right. One of the more interesting cards that actually works pretty well with stuff like Unleash the Hounds, Skittles. Lots of ways to activate it actually. Also put it again as a 2-1 against like certain classes like Shaman, right? You can just begin killing those pesky totems, and Shamans don't really have a way to deal 1 damage. Well,
Dog kind of just AFK'd there. He's like, oh,
yeah.
I have to play a tournament, but I also have to get the door or something.
Yep. Van Cleef. How's well, you get owned by Freezing Trap if you go too YOLO. YOLO would be good. YOLO is it's certainly very risky, but something to consider.
Yeah, YOLO Van Cleefs obviously are always very risky.
Oh,
But
I think we're gonna see it. YOLO Van Cleef.
there we go. It's gonna be played as a 6/6. It dodges BGH, but in this matchup typically you're not really looking to dodge BGH because BGH is not a card that hunters typically play.
Right. And more like you can't really make it bigger than it already is.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's like the biggest you can make it. So yeah, dog is gonna do 6 damage to the face, 20% of the way to victory. And Massan's looking for an owl or something from the Blood Spinner and gets a Grizzly instead.
Ooh,
Ooh!
that's very nice.
That is super nice. It's gonna try and freeze up the Edwin. Now dog, if dog gets a haha, that's a good counter. That'll be pretty good. But yeah, dog is visibly shaking his head, obviously.
Yeah, Iron Fur Grizzly. What a great card now. Fills out the curve for Massan. Yep.
Not quite the card you're looking for. Well, you're dropping Thalnos right now, just so that yeah, Massan can kill it. But still, this Freezer Shot is just basically saying stop.
Stop.
Stay up to the Edwin. Yeah.
Yeah, this Blood Mage Thalnos isn't even going to do much because it's just going to get traded by the Haunted Creeper. He might actually want to save it for a Super Fan next turn. But no, I guess he wants the body of the 1/1, and he also wants the card draw. He just he needs more cards right now, essentially. Hopefully he needs a sprint, and that's pretty much either the sprint or another or a Gadget Stand Auctioneer are the 2 cards that can bring him back to the game. And look at that, a sprint.
Right. So, well, sprint is not going to be used this turn, obviously. But hey, if dog preps a fan here with the Valor Teacher and draws a 2-drop, that could be pretty sweet. Now, a lot of 1/1s, the only way that punish those are Knife Jugglers and Unleashes. So, it could be good. We'll see.
Yeah. Even if he doesn't draw a 2-drop, you can always re-dagger, and that's probably a good use of your mana anyway. Massan is definitely looking to get an Unleash the Hound on his next turn. That comboed with the Knife Juggler can just almost seal dog out of this game.
And no, instead, a trap is going to be drawn. So, this 1/1 might just proc the Freezing Trap if the Juggler misses.
No. Fortunately for Massan, he can actually kill this Violet Teacher, which, even though there's like a 6/6 Edwin on the board, that might be the most threatening creature.
Okay,
oh wow,
mind.
You know what that means? He can actually Eagle Horn Bow and take down the 1/1.
Oh my god, and Edwin still has a big stop sign in front of his face. You hate to see that happen.
Because Dog has used both his preps right now, his turn basically consists of sprint into nothing now, unless he draws like a
sprint to
backstab.
kill the Kodo, I guess. So, still not the best use of your turn, but that's what you have to do.
We're gonna see a
Hopefully-
backstab.
Backstab. Oh yeah, backstab would be insane. Double dragon and nope. Oh my! This Freezing Trap is so annoying.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Even have a
Savannah
high-
into a rogue hand with no sap.
Yeah, Dog has already used 1 sap, so the chances he gets that 2nd sap are actually pretty bad right now.
Yeah. Well. Alright. Lady Azure Drake. Oh! That's a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, he's gonna go for the SI there, but drawing the 2nd fan is definitely a card that you want to see.
Yep.
Backstab a bit too late. He would have loved to have it for the for the Knife Juggler the previous turn.
Right, but he's just dead now because Massan has the kill command in hand. Massan gets another game with his Hunter. Dog might be regretting not banning this.
Not cooing it, right?
Not cooing it. Banning, cooing, yeah. The coup is the ban, right? Kind of like in advance, but... Oh, yeah, Massan is takes the lead.
Yeah, even though Massan had a 1-game disadvantage right now, he's looking in a fabulous position. He even has the coup right now, so he can choose which one of the remaining decks to ban out.
Oh man. Do you see Dog reviving the rogue right now?
It all depends on how desperate of a situation that he thinks he's in. You can tell like he's thinking very hard about it.
Oh, this is such a bad position for Dog to be in. I mean, the revive rule states that you can only revive decks that aren't cooed, right? So he has to think a step ahead.
Yeah,
Man, Sun is looking really strong with the Hunter. Oh, I guess Dog revives his rogue, guys. Like I predicted, which is cute. And then just gonna run it back again.
Yeah, I guess he thought that he probably got not too great of a hand with his rogue. He went for that YOLO Edwin play, which, to be fair, is probably what he had to do given the hand that you play with. With rogue, sometimes like you just have to play the hand that you're dealt. You have to be creative sometimes, and sometimes going that YOLO Edwin is what you have to do.
Do you want to try again with the YOLO Edwin right now? Yes, you do. Let's try it again. But oh man, Love's hand looks pretty grim as well again. Oh man, it really happens. It's really gonna happen again, isn't it?
Oh man.
You can just do it now. It's an 8-8 Edwin. The 6s didn't work, Monk. So how about an 8-8? Is that gonna work?
Well, Dog's already seen that Massan plays both Freezing Traps and Hunter's Mark in his deck.
Oh man.
So because he saw those cards, and because in the previous game he just got wrecked, he might be unwilling to go for that play.
Wrecked is a way to put it, I guess. Massan equips the bow. Probably going for 3 damage there, like so. And oh boy, I mean, the Snapjaw that Massan got from the Whisper is actually one of the better cards against rogues. Because like rogues need board control all the time, right? 7 health is just insane.
Yeah, back when Miracle Rogue was just so dominant, Snapjaw was actually a tech card used against Miracle Rogues because you don't really want to sap the Snapjaws, but besides sapping it, what else can you do to deal with it? Like backstab, eviscerate, that just tanks so much damage. Plus this Oasis Snapjaw, if Massan runs the Houndmaster, it can be just a huge threat.
That's right. But of course, back then there were no good 4-drops like the Shredder, right? So they had to substitute for something else, and that's basically what people chose. The Snapjaw is like insane. Knife Juggler gonna come down here with the Mad Scientist. Dog is looking for a clear. Thalnos might be able to do it.
Does he want to kill the creeper before though? The thing is, if you kill the creeper, the juggles come off, and it might just kill your Blood Mage Thalnos. Exactly. Yeah, so this is fine, and then you can just poke one of the spectral spiders that come out.
Doesn't seem like it's a good play to just kill the spider off immediately. But now when it comes up again, it's a big one now. 10-10. How about that one?
Yeah.
Oh, there's an owl in Massan's hand. That's gonna be pretty brutal.
If that owl weren't there and Massan was just relying on the Freezing Trap to deal with the Edwin, he would have been really sad because this time Dog does have that South Sea deckhand in his hand, and he could proc this the Freezing Trap with that.
Haha, right? Yeah. Well, I mean, Dog can still proc it, but the problem with proccing it is, of course, you're buffering your opponent's weapon, an extra 3 attack. Just fanning an owl. Cook it up.
Okay. That's fair. The fan, he was deciding whether to fan or just, I guess, pass there. The problem with fan is that you tell your opponent, hey, I used both my fans, so you don't have to play around fan anymore. But also, in the other respect, you also have 2 Blade Flurries in your deck, so that's still more AoEs that Massan does have to play around.
That's true. And of course, Massan like Turtle. And the turtle's gonna drop down here. Oh, sapping a turtle. That just feels bad. It's
Yeah,
not
but
even threatening. It's like two attack.
well, 2 attack does seem pretty threatening actually if you're at 16 health without any heals in your hand.
Oh, jeez.
That's the power of the Snapjaw. It's just really annoying, but only somewhat threatening. So you feel bad about sapping it, and you feel bad about not sapping it as well.
All right. Well, you got guys put some snapjaws in ladder because it works well.
Mm.
Is he gonna launch the haha right now? No. Interesting.
Yeah, what launching the haha would have done is it would have given his opponent 1 extra charge on the bow, and wouldn't would have made him more likely to kill the SI agent.
Sure. So now, of course, Dr. Broom drops at turn 7.
Again, Dogs he's only used 1 sap this game, but even if you had the sap, that doesn't even really deal with Dr. Boom that well because your opponent can just play Dr. Boom next turn. Even an 8 mana or playing Dr. Boom on 8 mana is still pretty good. Plus, these extra bombs that you give your opponent will actually be very relevant, seeing that you're at 16 HP right now.
Oh, jeez. I just don't know what Doc can do right now. I mean, he has a lot of options, and yet he doesn't have any options.
Mm.
And go to Divide Teacher and summon more dudes.
South Sea Deckhand comes down.
It's gonna, of course, trip the trap.
Of course,
as well.
playing the SI agent into Dr. Boom also kind of plays around Snake Trap. Dog's probably still not completely sure whether a Snake Trap is in this deck, but he certainly knows that there's Freezing Trap.
Oh, he did not stab a Boombot just to set up for that big flurry later on. Massan is gonna get a Misha. These Boombots are gonna get. Oh, that's
It's pretty good.
That's a good hit. Oh my god, it feels like it's so easy to make a good hit, and Dog is looking like. Oh man, it's just not doesn't look good for Dog at all right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like in more even Rogue versus Hunter games, the Hunter can just can come back so easily. The way Rogue wins is by just kind of shutting out the Hunter in the early stages of the game on between turns like 1 through 5. They need to develop a board that the Hunter can't deal with, because it's true that a lot of Hunter cards, they're not very good at being reactive. For example, Hunter has a really hard time dealing 1 damage to creatures. So if you put something like if you're left with something like a 4/1 on the field, Hunter's gonna have a really hard time killing that off.
Oh man. A flurry about killing the Oosfist just to preserve some amount of damage, health. Well, Boombot hit for 1, which is good. That's a start. But, oh jeez.
Okay, pretty clean turn here.
Turtle gonna come smash again. Once again, the 7 health is absolutely insane.
Yeah, once again, Dog has no answer.
Not yet, he doesn't! Oh! That's okay, right?
It's okay, but actually, is Dog dead?
If he used the haha, he's not dead.
Yeah, I think it is going to be 1 damage off lethal. So Massan just needs to draw 1 damage of any sort. Like an Unleash the Hounds, a second kill command, his bow.
Is there anything? Oh! That is a good one.
That's not lethal, but it pretty much shuts Dog completely out this game. Nothing he can do.
KC as well. And yeah, 12 mana sprint is not a playable card. And no, Dog just knows it. Dog doesn't even want to see his next card. Wow. Massan, clean sweep so far. 3-0. Of course, Dog did get a 1-game advantage. And now Massan is going to choose between Hunter versus Hunter, Hunter versus Druid.
Yeah, now Dog has no other options right now. He has no advantage from coming from the winner's bracket. He has to choose 1 deck out of his remaining 2, and then Massan can either decide to coup it or not. So all the power is in Massan's hands right now.
Oh man, yeah, the advantage is completely gone now, and Dog might just kick himself for not queuing the Hunter. Hunter might have been like the deck that was really good. It's kind of weird, right? I mean, Freeze Mage we said it was okay against Hunter. Rogue was okay against Hunter, but just Hunter has been just so dominating there. So, well, would you like to? No, Dog says enough, enough. Get the Hunter out of my face.
I think he's still confident. If it's up to his druid against all the rest of Massan's decks, I think he'll still be okay with that, all those matchups. But would Massan rather play against the druid or the hunters? That's the question.
Well, if I am Massan, I will actually queue the Druid right now. Because the Druid versus Hunter is bad matchup, right? So I'll queue the Druid against Druid. If he loses, then he'll play the Rogue versus Hunter and then play the Warrior versus Hunter. So, yeah, once again, all the powers in Massan's hands right now.
Yeah, very forward thinking right there. And also, I'd like to point out that if Dog loses the series, it's actually going to be his second place in a row. He actually finished second in Heroes of the Cards #4. So we might see Dog being like just a perennial second place finisher. And we've seen in a lot of other games, there's been players that have always just gotten second place. They can't, they're always really good, but they just can't break that barrier. And it's just a really bad feeling to have all around.
I just hate getting labeled as like the second place finisher every single time, you know, just like, well, although, like, to be honest, Dog has just get the second place. I mean, Firebat actually won 4 second place finishes. You can't even put win and second place at the same sentence without feeling a little bit bad, right? But I mean, second place, it's still really good. You beat a lot of people. It's just not something people focus on, which is kind of sad. It's kind of how it is.
Some players, when they get second place, they actually think of it as, oh, I got first loser.
Oh, wait. Okay. See, the thing is, if some tournaments have third place matches, right? Without the system, without the advantage. So like, I don't know. I feel like getting third place sometimes feels better than getting second place.
I guess. Although it is usually less money. Oh wow, we have a Druid versus Druid, and it's gonna be a double walled growth.
Yeah, just like we predicted there, and oh god. I think Massan's hand is just slightly better if you look at this.
Yeah, coining out that walled growth. If you see that, you know your opponent has like some really great 3-drop. Usually the Shade. Turn 2 Shade, not bad at all, I'd say.
BGH drawn to deal with the Dr. Boom as well. I don't know. Everything is working out for Massan right now. It's funny to know that the best counter to wild growth is the wild growth yourself.
Or as we've seen in previous games, it might actually be just to like innervate and just blow your opponent out of the game before the wild growth can come into effect.
Yeah, that's also a good way to deal with it. Dr. Boom is going to come down here. It's going to get snap called by BGH, but of course these remaining boom bots are going to be quite troublesome.
Yeah, we're going to have to see what sequencing Massan does here. I think usually you actually want to...
You want to hear part 1 first. Yep, there you go. He realizes that, yeah. But
just
hopefully...
just because the Doctor or the BGH is so vulnerable to boom bots.
Yep. Is it going to hit the Shade? Is it going to... Oh, the Trog is so buff. So only 1 damage from the bomb. Dog is shaking his head. This is... Oh, that Trog ate 2 bombs. That is absolutely insane.
Yeah, what a hero Trog. What a hero piloted Shredder even. It summons a creature that can tank so many bombs.
He's not stupid, that's for sure.
All right, Shade.
And the Lotheb as well. Oh my god, this is just a blowout. This is a blowout. This is so gross. I can't even look anymore.
Yeah, Massan was actually considering the Druid of the Claw as well, but I definitely like the Lotheb better. It's just a stronger minion on the board, and it blocks Dog out of some comeback potentials, such as Swipe or even Azure Drake Innervate Swipe.
Well, finally a dead draw for Massan, but too late for Dog in the sense that Massan just curved so well. 6/6 Shade, 3/3 Shade, and a 5/5 for Lotheb. It's also has a Druid the Claw in the charge form.
Yeah, I think Dog right now is turning into a 7/4 pirate.
Oh, I wonder what Monk means by that.
Yeah, he's the. This is just like the most druid of all druid openings. Wild growth into shades into a wall into innervate into Loatheb. Just basically the dream draw from Massan.
Well, if only that TTT was an MCT, this could have been a little bit better, but unfortunately, it's the wrong kind of technician.
You know, Dog is known for being a druid player. He's probably one of the most known druid specialist druid players, along with Strifecrow, along with Tice. And his decision to bring the mech druid instead of any other druid, I wonder why that was. If he did have the mind control tech, as you said, instead of the Tinker technician, he might have been able to come back into this game. But wow, this Dog actually does a pretty good clear, actually.
Yeah, it's as good as it goes. Oh, speaking of which, MC Tech does drop on the board. Pretty sure Massan is just going to use it as a body here. And you might even want to just shoot the face here, just for push a little bit more damage. Huh? Guess not. Alright, the Sneeze has to do a lot of work. Maybe Dog goes with the double pair of 3-drops as well and say, but oh man, the swipe draw. You really want to play the Sneeze now, because next turn you have a very good curve.
Yeah, again, as we saw in previous games, in the Druid Mirror, Sneeds actually might not be that good if you're in a losing position. It helps to lock out your opponent's Druid cards if you're in a winning position. But right now, you're more scared of just dying rather than just getting a lead in the board.
Oh man. Swipe. There you go. So once again, Sneeds is not going to see play here. Dog is just struggling to get as much board as he can. Good thing for him, Massan's hand is looking pretty dead. Until that happened.
Yeah, exactly. Cenarius.
Wow.
Cenarius, another card that it's kind of like Sneeds that it's like pretty much the biggest body on the board in Druid Mirror in a lot of scenarios. Now, Dog, he can Azure Drake, but have both swipes actually been used?
I'm not really sure.
Okay.
I think this is just it. Wow, seems like it's Massan's day, guys. 4-0 was 4-1 technically and officially, but it's basically a 4-0 victory for Massan. Gonna seal it out, and yeah, he's your Pinnacle 3 champion with, of course, the Druid. But then I guess he took a lot of games of the Hunter too. So Hunter plus Druid got Massan to this spot. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, and I think like even all of his decks got a lot of work done. In the previous rounds, Massan's favorite deck, the Warrior deck, was able to take a lot of wins even. So just good lineups that Massan brought, and they all pay dividends for him.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately with Dog, he takes another second place, but hey, he got pretty far. If we look back at the final brackets once again, he had to get through a lot of people, especially in the group stages. But here, he had to, he had to get through a lot of people to get to the winners bracket, where he actually never dropped the game until the grand finals, where he was unable to win a single game. That's just pretty sad right now. Of course, Massan is your grand champion, taking home first place and $2,500, which is a pretty good paycheck for 2 days worth of games. Dog is going second place with 1,500. Gar, as you can see in the third place there, is going to bring home 750, and of course Faramir is going to bring home 250. Yeah, pretty good job by all of them, and of course thanks for all 8 players for participating in the tournament. It went pretty smoothly, and yeah, it was awesome. And of course, once again, thanks to all the viewers for watching. I guess it's time for like a special announcement as well. All the Pinnacle winners for the first 4 Pinnacles will be invited to a special Pinnacle 5. So Pinnacle 5 is actually like the Tournament of Champions, where the first place winner will bring home $5,000, and that's it. So it's a do or die. 3 people are going to leave with nothing, and the winner of that special one is going to bring home $5,000. So Firebat, Strifecrow, and Massan is going to participate in that one. Of course, we're going to see who's going to win Pinnacle 4 and decide on that. Although Pinnacle 4 was not officially announced yet. So yeah. Tying things up with the giveaway, the last Legendary played that series was, of course, Cenarius. We are going to have to go offline pretty soon, so I will message you on the Twitters to send you the codes for G2A. Once again, G2A.com and Twitch. Thank you so much for sponsoring the tournament, and thanks to Pinnacle for doing this beautiful production. You are awesome, and Backspace for adminning the players. Thanks a lot as well, and of course, Monk casting with me. Thank you so much. Any last words from you?
No, it was great casting with you. Pretty good games. I really like that Massan kind of closed it out. He showed a variety of decks. He showed good play with all his decks, and well-deserved win to him.
All right, perfect. So yeah, remember to follow all these pro players at their respective streams and Twitters. I'm pretty sure you know how to find them. Monk's stuff is there. My stuff is there. Massan, Dog, Gar, Farmir, you guys know where to find them. Just look around. And once again, thank you so much for watching the Pinnacle 3. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in Pinnacle 4.